Yo, what is up, guys? I'm Chef Vapor. Welcome back to the channel. I know the camera looks a little bit weird today. I set it up a little bit differently so I can step back and show you some big clouds, because that's what we're going to be talking about today. So to answer your question, yes, sadly, this does not cover a juice review today. And that is just because I don't feel like bombarding you guys with trusty, well-known brands. If it's a staple in the vaping community and it's well-known already, I'm not going to cover it. And that is just for the simple fact that I feel like it's kind of video whoring and it's not really necessary. Everybody knows Naked 100 is a phenomenal juice brand. Everybody knows that Jam Monster's been blowing up lately, and for a very good reason. Everybody knows about those staples, Flawless E-Juice, Cosmic Fog, things like that. So I don't cover those, at least not very often. And that's because it's not really necessary. If for some reason you haven't heard either of those names that I just named off, definitely check them out because they are phenomenal. But we're not going to be talking about that today. What we are actually going to be talking about today is an RDA. And this RDA, excuse me, is actually called the Peerless. 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 And this Peerless RDA is made by a company called GeekVape. Yes, by no means are they a new company, by no means is this a new dripper, but it is a phenomenal one, and I think it's quite underrated. So that's what we're going to be doing today, is talking about this bad boy. So first things first, I'm actually going to unscrew this here and show you the bottom. The bottom can indeed be set up for a swanker if you choose, which is really, really cool. Not a lot of RDAs do that nowadays, so that's cool. We've got a huge mouthpiece right there. Forgive me because I cannot for the life of me remember what this material is made out of, but I know it's not the standard Delrin. Now, it does come with a standard smaller size Delrin tip if you prefer it. I did not think for the life of me that I was going to like this color. I thought I was going to immediately swap it out, but it actually grew on me pretty well, and I am digging the hell out of it. This is the magenta / burgundy color. They have like 5 or 6 different colors that you can choose from. I went with a magenta because I think it looks pretty fly myself. There's our beautiful build deck there. Right now I am running dual 9-wrap frame staples. Frame staples are phenomenal. But if you look over here, right above that coil, I don't know how well you guys can see it, right above the coil, right where these screw holes here are connected, there are 2 little slots, and those slots are not being used right now. Those slots are for, if you choose, you can run this with smaller, simpler builds if you want to, which is really cool because not a lot of drippers have that option. Generally speaking, it is either one or the other. It's either a huge build deck and you can build huge things, or it's a small build deck and you build small things. There's no in between. So it's really cool for this company to think of pretty much everyone. Right here we have the dual 9-hole airflow. We have it on both sides. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. You can turn it down by twisting this, just like pretty much any other dripper style. You've got that airflow cover right there. Why anybody would turn it down, I don't know, but that's a different topic for a different day, for a different video. So we run with it wide open. And these dual framed coils are running at a, oops, sorry for the reflection there. They're running at a 0.21, and we're running at 91.1 watts on the trusty Sigeli Chaos. So that's what we're going to be doing, is I'm going to be showing you how big you can get your clouds with dual framed Clapton's staples on this beautiful RDA here. It's phenomenal, and it's so underrated. This RDA is phenomenal by all means. So 91 watts, 0.21, we're gonna chuck some clouds. phenomenal. Phenomenal, phenomenal. And we aren't running anything special here. We're just running Naked 100, as I said before in the video. But you can get some massive clouds out of that. You guys know how much of a fanboy I am for Kennedy. I love my Kennedy dripper, but there's a few things that we don't really talk about in the vaping community that is wrong with the Kennedy. I might get hung for saying that, but hear me out, okay? The Kennedy is very much like a Honda Civic. Is it trusty? Yes. Is it probably for damn near everyone that sits in it or picks it up? Yes, absolutely. But that's because it's so modified. You can never, ever, ever find a stock Kennedy just because you can't find a stock Civic. You just can't do it. That's because they're not good stock. You can't build on them stock. My Kennedy personally, I personally drilled out the center hole twice and I drilled out the side post once. Now I don't recommend doing that, especially the way I did it, because it's very, very risky. I almost drilled through the side of the post. I've got big holes in there, so I definitely don't recommend it. But long story short, I love the Kennedy with everything in me. You can get some nice builds in there. It's got beautiful bottom airflow. You don't have to worry about lining up the airflow. You can turn the cap any way you want, slam it on. It's great for dripping in the dark. It's also great for dripping if you're driving, which I highly recommend not to do, but it is good for that. It's good for things where you're in a time crunch or you don't have time to line up the air holes. It's great for that, absolutely. But if you take the 0.7 seconds that it takes to line up these airflow holes, you are rewarded pretty well for it. Now things like the Buddha and things like the Temple and things like, you know, you name whatever dripper that you want, your favorite dripper, insert it here. They are great, yes. Most of them you do have to line up the airflow. Some of them do have the Kennedy style. Regardless, there is a sacrifice, and either A, the airflow holes aren't designed properly, or B, it's Kennedy style and you can only get so much airflow. You can't turn it up, you don't get more, you can only go so high and so hot with it before your airflow just like, fuck it, I can't keep up, you're gonna get a burnt hit. So that's why I like this, because you got dual 9 holes. It's perfect, it covers the entire coil, it gets below it, it gets on it, it gets above it, all of it. It's phenomenal. It's a very, very, very well designed. With all of that being said, yes, the RDA doesn't necessarily make the cloud by any means. We thought back in the day that it did, and it had nothing to do with the build. And then everybody was like, oh, wait, it has everything to do with the build. If you throw the same build in a different dripper, it's going to perform the same way. To a certain extent, yes, but you have to keep in mind the airflow. The airflow is everything. And that is what this does so well. It's got a huge, huge cap, huge airflow on the sides. It's just really well done, and you don't sacrifice flavor for it. That's the biggest thing for me, is you don't sacrifice flavor for these big clouds. So if you're looking for a dripper that gives you dripper quality flavor, but you can chuck big clouds, this is the guy for you. It's super cheap. You can pick it up on most websites for about 20, 25 bucks. Like I said, it comes with like 6 different colors. Overall, it's phenomenal. It really is. GeekVape. They're kind of an underrated company in my opinion. They've made like the Griffin and the Eagle and all of those RDAs, or RDTAs, I'm sorry. But when it comes to this guy right here, in my opinion, it's one of the best, and it's so underrated. It flies under the radar. So if you guys are looking for a new RDA, I highly recommend this guy. You can pick it up quite cheap, and you get amazing flavor. You've got a build deck that suits pretty much everyone's needs. You've got airflow that can suit pretty much everyone's needs. You've got 2 different drip tips that will fit pretty much everyone's needs. You've got 6 different colors. If you're not satisfied with 6 different colors, then you're not going to be satisfied with any of them. But just check it out, guys. I'm digging it a lot. I really am. Pretty wicked clouds. So thank you guys so much for watching. I'm not going to keep this super long. We're just saying the same thing over and over again. The Peerless RDA is one of the best on the market, in my opinion. So check them out if you're looking for a new RDA. Leave a comment down below if you got anything to say to me, such as new juice recommendations, maybe some new product info, maybe you're super hyped about this dripper and you want me to review it, whatever the case may be. Leave it in the comments below. I read them all. Don't forget to smash that thumbs up button if you enjoyed the video. Hit the sub button if you guys aren't subbed, because you don't want to miss videos. And if you are subbed, then you can hit that little bell notification little down there, and that will notify you every single time I upload a video, so you don't miss out on it. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you on the next video. Keep on vaping.